Previously on Dread and Breakfast.
You'll never see or hear from me again, but you gotta promise me that I'll be set up right.
What are you offering?
I know where the speakeasy is. You need me to make sure you're not going crazy, and I need you twos to make sure that we can finish the job, okay?
Are you suggesting like a safe word?
Well, you know, there's that weird Spillman rhyme.
Yes!
And he produces a small vial.
It's spider webs, Spillman spider webs and sugar syrup.
Oh.
You take it, and it's supposed to prevent the rot. Not cure it, but just... So, I know a guy. I don't know who it is, but...
I mean, I'm not one to make an ass out of you and me, but I'm pretty sure it was Eloise.
Hi.
Oh, shit.
What I want right now is to see the old man.
And inside, you see an empty coffin.
Oh.
The bottom has been completely burst in. Eloise sees this and laughs. The ground rumbles beneath us as we hear the steady churning of wheels and the roar of a locomotive engine. The crow train arcs past, chasing lightning overhead as rain streaks down its iron sides. It's on its way, and it is mere miles out from Spillman.
Oh.
What happened to the goose?
Inside the conductor's cabin, we of course see a goose wearing the conductor's hat.
Yes!
When the conductor pulls the whistle to blow the engine, the goose also lets out a...
Amazing.
The crow train is coming into town. It is mere miles away. But also miles away are our three heroes who have just uncovered an empty coffin. Rain continues to pour down around you all. Lightning flashes ahead, and a witch is cackling above you.
This sucks.
I'm so glad to be here right now. Fritz, dear,
Yes, ma'am.
you're going to go in there, right? You're looking for something? All of you are looking for something?
No, we dug this giant hole just recreational.
Yeah, it's a pastime.
Both Kit and Officer Brennan, please make polls.
Oh, no.
No.
You
Okay.
don't fuck with Eloise.
Both of you refuse?
No.
Oh?
I said no such thing. I accept, and here I go.
Okay, and Kit
Oh,
refuses.
no.
Good to know.
Well, let's see how this goes for Jacob.
Jacob.
It goes well.
Great. This is perfect. This is exactly what I expect.
All right, listen, I'm going to be totally honest. I don't want to lose another character, and I've grown quite fond of Kit.
That's very fair.
But I also, like...
It's okay, you can stand with the refusal.
Yeah,
And
you
Christine.
know what? I think... I think that this is, like... You know, Kit usually gets her way by, like, being flirty and coy and spunky with people, and so like
Okay.
it just comes out very naturally, and she doesn't even think about it.
100%.
So yeah, no, I'm refusing your poll because I don't think Kit would show that kind of deference.
Lightning flashes, and in the moment of darkness, the light leaves you all in, the witch vanishes.
Oh, shit.
And Officer Brennan and Kit, you both are overwhelmed with the smell of brackish water, of decay, and of a bloating rot. Kit, you, in the hole, feel a presence materialize behind you.
Oh.
Turning to look, you see a hunched over, bloated, rotting figure. Two bulbous eyes stare at you, and as you look, one pops out and hangs on its tendrils. Guts sort of like spill out of this bloated body, and they move to like engulf you.
Whoa.
And this thing, which was far away from you but moments ago, is suddenly like right up in your face, eye kind of like dangling in front of you.
I thought I said not to lie to me.
Oh, shit.
Oh, I think Kit like stumbles like backwards a little bit and like falls in, not in like the big hole, but like just falls down in the dirt.
Officer Brennan, she turns to you and gives a small cackle.
Are you going to try lying again, Brennan?
Oh, I can also see the terrifying corpse?
All of you can see the terrifying corpse.
Great.
I thought I pulled to not see the terrifying corpse.
No, you
Okay.
pulled to not have her ire directed explicitly at you.
This pull seems less worth it now. Pardon me, ma'am. I do believe this lie you're referring to was pretty clearly sarcasm.
Not how I saw it, but sure. I think I need you all to do me a favor.
What kind of favor?
She points with her hand, and also her eye, which is hanging out of her skull, moves to point as well.
Oh, God.
And she's looking in the direction of the hole in the coffin.
I'd love to know what became of old Georgie.
I'm sorry, ma'am. You don't know what this is? It looks like the ground ate him.
Seems to be. We'll call it unexpected.
Lightning flashes, and she is out of the hole and back standing above you. And she looks normal again.
Sorry. Got a bit upset. It really annoys me when people lie to my face. Guess you could call it a bit sensitive.
Listen, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend.
People have said that to me before.
I ain't got no beef with you, and as curious as I'm sure we all are, I'm not trying to give you any lip or anything, but are you not able to go down in there? I'm not seeing why we's gotta be a part of this. It just seems like you've got a big question. It's best to get your own questions answered for yourself. Why go through the middleman with us here?
Oh, but Catherine, don't you need the extra money?
I'm never one to turn a nose up to some money when it seems to be worth it, but I gotta be honest. I'm feeling up a little bit near my ears here. This is quite different than the job that we took on.
That's fair, but it's just a bit of mud. Surely you don't fear that. For $5,000, I believe?
You want us to go into a tunnel underground?
Yes.
Are you able to get the rot?
No.
Okay, well then really, again, sometimes it's best to find your own answers. And she gestures to the hole in the ground.
The rot's in the mine, child.
Well, there was also some rot in the catacombs under St. Felix's. So if if we are to go,
When?
when we go underground, ma'am, could you give us more of the spider web tincture in case we do get exposed?
Fritz, dear, I'd love to. I'd absolutely love to. But you see...
Lightning flashes and she appears directly in front of you, looking terrifying again.
Someone burned all my stock!
It wasn't me. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. I found out about it the same way that the rest of the town found out about it.
Not the rest of town, Fritz. Someone in the town did that.
I have a guess as to who it would be if you want to go
And?
haunt that Holbrook. It's Mayor Holbrook, obviously.
Huh. Probably.
I love the idea of her like bouncing her eye like a yo-yo as she's
Oh, yeah.
contemplating this.
She's like spinning it around, like thinking.
Probably. Calling him the brains behind an operation seems far too generous.
Kit lets out a giggle involuntarily.
She doesn't turn to look at you, but she, holding her eye, pulls it out and it gives you a stare. And then goes back to like playing with it.
I don't believe he would be the one to have set the fires. It would have been someone else. He could probably tell me, though. I need him, though, is the problem.
You need
Fritz.
Yes,
Fritz.
ma'am. Yes. Mm-hmm.
No questions right now.
I mime like zipping my lip and then throwing the key away.
I'd love to give you more of the tonic, tincture, potion, poultice, what would you like to call it? Don't unzip your mouth. Whatever you call it, if you do this thing for me, and I am being, I would say, very generous, I would be happy to start up our, let's call it, a relationship again. You can unzip your mouth now.
Thank you very much, ma'am. I am very sorry for the pain that I have caused.
I loved that garden.
I still have some herbs, some cuttings that I haven't dried yet in my apartment. I could replant those for you.
Lightning flashes. She's gone. She's back as herself at the top of the hole. She gives you just the biggest smile.
I'd like that very much.
Then it will be my first priority post hole. You just want us to tell you what happened if we can find the body? That's it?
Bring back proof if you want, but I think I trust you.
And you don't care if we give Colin Spillman the ring? Wasn't that yours? Didn't you give it to George when you guys were friends before?
Kit shoots him a glance like, stop talking.
Zips, mouth zip.
George did fail me deeply. But I do need this town here. I need people in it. They'll all leave if the mine dries up too soon. So no. As much as I don't like them, as much as I would rather see them in the ground with their father, the Spillman boys will have to do for now.
I think Fritz just kind of nods and is like looking at Kit and is like looking at O'Malley. Like, are we good with this?
No. I'm really like I'm struggling like to
justify why Kit would get in the coal?
Yeah.
That's fair.
Like I really don't know. Like I
mean, here's the thing. Fritz is gonna go because he kind of has to. So if you guys don't want to, I guess you don't have to. But she's pretty scary.
She's scary, absolutely. But like Kit's not been exposed to the rat. We don't have any of the tincture.
You have one tincture left.
We have one dose of tincture left. Okay. Like yes, she needs the money, but like this is a job. Like I don't know, like Kit has a lot of confidence in herself that she could find another way out. Like the effort required to get the amount of money, though it is an insane amount of money. Like if I'm gonna die on the ground, I can't spend the money that I will have earned going underground. You see,
That's true.
You see my problem here.
Now, you say there's no more of that one particular tincture, potion, concoction. Is there any other elixir that might protect us in this hole? I mean, you seem to know more about what's going on.
It really depends on if you run into any bad air down there. If there's no bad air, you're fine.
Okay, so presuming a worst-case scenario and the air is in fact bad.
Presuming that, I'm sure I could rustle up some cobwebs for you all.
Or perhaps a witch boon that you might give to someone in 30 years? Could you get one of those out real quick?
Well, I would, were it not for the fact that Kit and Brennan lied to me and Fritz.
Fritz didn't say
Fritz.
shit. That was me.
No, but you got my house burned down.
He didn't mean to. It was probably Chauncey. Chauncey probably followed Fritz, told Holbrook, and this is how we got here.
Fritz, don't blame an innocent child. That boy is sweet and has done nothing wrong, nor will he ever do anything wrong ever in his whole goddamn life.
Again, I must object. I felt my sarcastic tone was very clear.
If it'll get you to go in, I'm happy to provide a small token of my favor.
She throws a maraschino cherry in the
But all she can touch is Coalwood, Fabrice.
She's using Coalwood chopsticks. It's perfect.
fuck
She can
yeah.
interact with the regular world perfectly.
Perfect.
No, I think, yeah, she would offer you a small boon in exchange for going in there.
I mean, yeah, sign me up.
Great. Any other takers?
So that assures our safety and helps make this mission slightly more possible. There's then just the matter of our compensation.
Oh, damn.
Our going rate these days is $5,000 each per
Oh.
crime.
Oh.
But
Mally.
given my associates' mishandling, we'll say, of your
Estate. Property.
property,
Beloved garden.
I'm sure
Heirloom
could
plants.
give you a discount of his cut being no dollars. So $5,000 each for me and Miss Kit here.
I'm sorry. Are you trying to get 10 grand from Eloise and then turn around and get 10 grand from
He is.
Colin?
Yes. Why would I do extra work for not more money?
I would just like to say that I do my own negotiating, so he doesn't speak for me in this realm.
Fair. I'm, of course, happy to pay this.
Okay. So $10,000, as you've agreed to. There's just then the matter of a deposit. 10% is customary on these things.
Oh my god.
I believe your life is worth 10% in this moment, Brennan. Wouldn't you say?
I mean, I was asking for the give me money, please. I'm confused.
Jacob, Officer Brennan, make a poll.
This is wild, Jacob.
This is a pretty wild tactic to take
wild.
here.
You look a fucking supernatural being whose eyeball is bouncing in front of your noggin.
Who's demanding services
And
from
say,
me? I don't do this for free.
Money. But here's the thing, though. If Eloise just spider controls the Bankertons, yeah, you'll get 10 grand. That's so fucked up. What?
Ooh.
Money, please.
Well,
And she doesn't even wait for a flash of lightning this time. You blink and she's changed in front of you into her, like, bloated corpse. Her intestines start to, like, spill out of her with what looks like brackish water. And they start to, like, coil around you, and they get very close to your face. And she leans down over you, and she says,
do I look like I have any fucking money on me now?
they all, like, coil back instantly into her. And she turns back into her normal self.
I mean, I did not want to presume your financial status.
While this is happening, Kit is getting out of the hole.
I was going to say, well, this is happening. Fritz is, like, getting in the hole. Like,
Officer Brennan, I'll be kind one last time. You can, given my assurances that you will be paid and compensated, go into the hole willingly. Or I can put a little bug in you.
Oh, no. And O'Malley doesn't know what that means. Oh, shit. Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
He looks confused, but I guess I'll give you the benefit of the doubt here.
Thank you. Was that so much to ask for?
I mean,
You're criminals. I know that it is, but
Yeah. You can't leave money on the table. It's just, business.
Kit has gathered some errant flowers that are around, like, into a bit of a bouquet.
Oh.
Oh, that is interesting.
Where is the witch right now?
Standing at the edge of the hole, looking down at Brennan.
She's up with me. Okay, great.
You're up on her level.
I look at her, and I wordlessly place the bouquet at her feet, and I say, "Doll to doll, wouldn't it be more fun if you got to see it for yourself? Come with us.
Ooh.
That way, if we run into trouble, you can help us out. You get assurance that we're going to bring back what you're looking for."
oh, I like you.
Well, that makes two of us.
And she changes into her grotesque form.
Oh. Good.
And she's like smiling at you, and the right side of her jaw is like bulging out as it like fills with water. And her smile gets like more lopsided and garish as she continues.
What a brilliant idea. Let's all go together.
She claps two like skeletal, but for the knuckles, which are like bulbous hands together.
Come on, dearies, into the hole.
All right. So tell me about this whole fob. How big is it? Can I get in there? Let's go. It's a field trip.
It's a field trip. It's a happy time.
Do we still have the moths?
I believe I still have El Moths.
Now here's the question.
Uh-huh.
The hole is 3 feet in diameter.
I would like to widen it, if possible, with big shovel, because
Oh, Kit fits through.
Yeah, you all fit. It's just you're gonna have to wriggle.
another squeeze.
I would like for him to widen it with a big shovel.
You can. So you're in the coffin. You're holding the shovel, and you go to push it down to widen it and like scrape the sides. You're like trying to find the bottom, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you keep going and going and go until you're like leaning into the hole, and the whole shovel is gone, and you just barely feel like you touched something.
Whole geography question.
Yes.
Hole is straight down to hell. Hole is slightly sideways, such that could walk in.
Hole is slightly sideways.
Okay.
Not so that you could walk in, because again, not big enough to walk in, I would say.
So hole is slide.
You could slide in. I hadn't thought of that.
Whee!
Okay.
What's our marching order? Who wants to...
Sounds like you're first.
Fair, yeah.
Eloise is going last.
Kit reaches over for the bouquet and like looks at Eloise and says, "If you don't mind." And she takes out a flower and like sticks it into the side of the hole and then jumps in.
Very good, Christine.
Breadcrumbs.
This is Hansel and Gretel and Kit Catherine Coyle.
Okay. You all slide into the hole. As you're like going in one at a time, lightning is arcing overhead, thunder is rumbling all around you, and it feels like the very earth beneath your feet is shaking from the thunder. Or the sound of a crow train approaching.
Who can say?
Who
Caw.
could say?
But we haven't heard the horn.
Oh no, are we going to encounter some ground crows while we're under here?
Oh no.
Maybe. Fritz, you're the first one to realize this, but you all come up to speed very fast. So you start to slide in, and you have to scoot yourself because it's not slick like a slide. You can't just like wee to the bottom. But eventually, as you're like pushing yourself down, you're feeling the earth beneath your hands distance, and it's clumpy and earthy, like dirt should be. And then you start to feel these solid parts, and you look, and it's hard because you don't really have a light. But from the light of the moths behind you, you can just barely make out this like patchwork of small roots.
Oh no.
That are kind of like completely covering the walls of this hole. And eventually, as you're like pushing yourself like further and further down, they start to kind of move with you. They start to like let you pass.
Hold that.
You know, so I have a question. Are you all, my friends, familiar with like what the inside of a digestive tract looks like?
I was gonna say, this is an esophagus made of cold trees.
And yeah.
Yeah, so that's like, you know how your inside of your digestive tract has those like little tiny hairs that like help move stuff along?
Oh my god.
The cilia.
It's just like that. Yeah, the mycelia are there, and they are moving you all. And eventually, you don't have to push. And it is like a slide, Fritz.
No,
and
no.
you are going wee.
I don't want
all
to
the
wee.
way.
I don't want
Oh,
wee.
are you trying to stop, Fritz? Are you trying to stop this? Are you trying to stop this motion that's happening to you?
Yes, I want
Make
to.
me a pull, Fritz. In trying to stop, you realize that these roots are kind of all brushed one way. They're formed to allow stuff to pass easily one way through.
God.
But as you start to like pull back and stop it, you start getting barbs stuck in your hand. You start getting like pricks in your leg.
Because the roots have spikes, don't they? Fuck, this sucks.
Make me that pull.
Okay.
Please let this be a normal field trip.
With the fob?
No way!
Right on the magic school bus.
Right on the magic crow train.
I would like to stop, please, a little bit, please.
So, Fritz, you stop. You don't see this, Fritz, but you manage to just avoid a slightly larger root that doesn't go into your skin and start boring through you. It doesn't do that. You've stopped. Everyone else is sliding behind you and kind of like slams into your head. Dunk, dunk, dunk. Dunk, dunk, dunk. Well, dunk, dunk.
I think there would be a third dunk, and it's probably Chauncey. He's falling.
No. But he passes through Eloise, so he's real fucked up about it.
Yeah.
It's probably more like thunk, thunk, thunk.
Officer O'Malley.
But it doesn't happen because Kanzi's not here right now.
Can I see, like, is this evening out at all, or are we still, like, at a pretty steep slope?
Fritz, that's the messed up part. You're not at a very steep slope. It's kind of gradually, it's just kind of like, I don't know my grades.
It's certainly down.
It's down, but it's very gradual. Fritz, the problem you were having was that the roots were kind of helping you along.
I hate that. While I'm stopped, can I pull out O'Malley's flashlight from my, like, pocket? And
Why did not have whole time?
Huh?
Enjoyed dark? Question mark?
Love dark? Question mark.
Well, okay, then can I position the flashlight?
Sure. Roots are pricking into your body as you're, like, moving around in this tunnel.
Are they moving with a sentience of a plant? Like how Venus flytraps are like, oh, they feel an insect and are triggered? Or are they moving with a greater intelligence? You know what I mean?
Sure. Describe to me how you would be able to tell the difference.
I think I want to take like something out of my pack, like something innocuous, like the empty tincture vial.
Huh?
And like roll that down. I want to see if they are reacting to the presence of the vial once it's there, or if they are like reaching expectantly for it.
Okay. Yeah. You roll the vial down, and they do not reach for it expectantly, but they are reacting to its presence in the hole.
Other question.
Sure.
Are there a shit ton of coalwood trees in the cemetery? Because where the fuck are these roots connected to?
There are a couple.
Only a couple.
Oh.
I have a question.
Sure.
How are the moths?
Moths blue. You all see blue moths.
Great.
Question, how would you all know?
I feel like Eloise would tell us.
Eloise would tell you.
What's the holdup? Kit calls.
Sorry, just checking something.
And I will continue or allow myself to be swept down again.
You all continue down, and the roots around you start to get thicker and thicker and thicker and move you just a little bit faster. Eventually, you stop because you get into such a big enough cavern that you can stand up and stop this, like, forward sliding momentum that you have.
I drop a few flowers.
Is the ground flat, or is it still sloping down a little bit?
It's sloping down a little bit, but it's leveled out for the most part. You can tell that to go forward is to still go down slightly, but it's not the grade that you were at before.
Are there any corpses?
You see patches of fabric, but no bones,
Any jewelry?
no jewelry.
Fabric.
They look to be patches of what would be probably at one point a very expensive garment. You can tell by just how fine the thread count is on them. This was probably once a very nice piece of clothing, and it looks like this has gotten, like, caught in the roots that still completely line the cavern, and it was, like, torn off.
Like a funeral suit that was ripped off a body being slurped down, perhaps?
Exactly, Fritz.
I look at Eloise.
Yes, Fritz?
Anything to be concerned about?
Probably.
Great. Yeah, cool.
I've absolutely been down here before and know 100% what to expect.
Off in front of you, you see the cavern keeps going until your light source, like, won't illuminate it anymore, so it goes past that. You can see through, like, the roof other smaller holes that seem to be, like, leading up and out of the space.
I shine my light up there, and Fritz has gone very pale.
Are all of the bodies down here?
Bob, that's fucked up. That's so fucked up.
What do you mean?
Because every dot is a grave, right?
Yeah?
To the earth you shall return.
Seems like it. I told them not to, but
What do you mean by that? You told him not to.
I told George, best not bury your dead.
What kind of fucked up shit is that? I'm sorry, but what is that supposed to mean? Sorry. I'm under a lot of stress here. Sorry.
That's fair.
You gotta understand that that's, like, really very cryptic.
Well, in my time, we never buried our dead. We were worried about something like this happening.
Officer Brennan's going to hold up one of the scraps of cloth and be like, it seems whoever's taken the corpse has carried it this way.
Oh, Officer Brennan. I hate to say it, son, but I think you might have that wrong. It's not a who, it's a what.
This sucks. Fuck this town.
Well, where does it go? Where's the body? Where's the rig?
Probably this way.
It just points down the tunnel.
And it's safe to proceed?
Yeah, what is the what that's down here? Are we about to get consumed by some underworld demon?
Kids, the only demon around these parts is man.
And she heads further down the tunnel.
It does the sign of a cross and follows.
That's kids being brought to God in this moment.
Yeah, unironically.
It's a good thing I go to confession every week.
She said it's safe. Should we carry on?
Yeah, Fritz holds up the flashlight and keeps going.
So Fritz, you start walking down this corridor, and the earthen walls are just covered in roots. They branch out, getting seemingly randomly bigger and smaller, and it's just this complete nonsensical patchwork of biomatter all lining the walls of this place. And as you step on them, they sort of keep pushing you forward. The back of your heels raise up as you walk. They start giving you gentle nudges in this direction, like they're guiding you somewhere.
I'm dropping flowers the whole way.
Yeah.
Of course. Kit, when you drop a flower, you notice that it does kind of like move a little bit along the floor, like it's being like held up. Eventually, some of them find like spaces between like two bigger roots where it kind of gets stuck and trapped.
Okay, but like still in the same...
But in the same general space, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. For all the branching paths above you that are like coming into this one main space, there isn't another like offshoot of this corridor. It seems to be a fairly like straight shot so far.
Okay.
So we can stand. What is like the width? Like, can I
Cramped.
touch? Oh, good. Cool. Great. Love that.
Why would it be anything else?
You cannot walk two people side by side. You could maybe shuffle sideways together if you liked each other a lot and wanted to get very close.
I'm good.
Since O'Malley pointed it out, I would be looking for more scraps of like fabric from corpses, strands or patches of corpse flesh, wood from coffins, like all that stuff as we're going.
Fritz, that's the disturbing part. For all the tiny scraps of clothing, you find at one point what looks like part of maybe what used to be a pearl necklace. You find other looser fitting pieces of jewelry and partial scraps of grave vestments.
Are you saying that as we're traveling through the ground, we keep picking up shiny things a la a ground crow?
We were the ground crows all
You
along.
have become the ground crows. The transformation is complete.
Ah!
Thank you for listening to Dread and Breakfast. This episode is sponsored by...
Crows, obviously.
That's the end of the season.
Bye.
They all became crows in the end. Bye, everyone.
I'm sorry, you had a really scary monologue that...
No, it's okay. As you are finding all these odd, shiny bits and bobs, scraps of clothing, you don't see any organic material. Flesh, teeth, eyes, nails, hair. All of that's gone. None of that's in the hallway.
I don't like this, because where is it going?
Teeth in the Hallway, new band name called it.
Oh, it's good. Oh, it's good.
As you keep going further in and the roots, the small ones start to disappear and it just starts to get more dense and thicker. They start to impede your way through and you feel the air get heavy. You haven't felt any kind of movement in it or anything this whole time you've been traveling. It's been incredibly stale. And suddenly you feel a rush come up.
Fritz stops. What are the moths?
Moths are blue.
No offense, ma'am, but there was a witch who lived in the woods who made us think she did only good.
Spillman cornered the wretch, put an end to her spree, and stabbed her to death with the branch of a tree. I look at Eloise as I say that.
Yeah, sorry. I'm like very apologetic about it.
Now, perhaps we should explain. We predetermined such that we would recite this.
Officer Brennan, I know what you did. Say the line.
he sent the witch to a watery grave, which does seem to be true, no offense. And for a time, we thought ourselves saved.
But when 13 years have come and gone, once again, lots must be drawn.
When the 8th moon hangs in a starless sky, she'll lure you into those woods to die.
So beware the spiders and the whispers that say. The witch will always have her way.
And Kit gives a little curtsy at the end.
Thank you.
For the record, I'm sure it's not all true, ma'am.
She has been looking in her nice, normal person form, and it would flash into her grotesque shape, and she says,
Are you, Fritz? Oh, are you? Are you sure?
I mean, the part about you being murdered, probably yes, and I'm very sorry about that. I was like 6. I couldn't have done anything, but I mean the part with you being evil, probably not. You're probably a lovely, you're a forgiving person, and I'm just gonna keep going. I'm just gonna keep walking. I'm just gonna keep going.
and her mouth is kind of like hanging open as her lower jaw continues to lower past where it should for a human.
Great.
And she has this like leering grin that follows you as you go down, and saliva just drools down her chin and glops onto the ground.
You got a little something there.
Do I, Kit? Do I really?
She offers a handkerchief.
I can't.
And she turns back into her normal self.
Oh. Let's go on, shall we?
Why am I gonna cry? Oh my gosh.
But hey, we don't have the rat though. It's fine.
You don't have the rot, though.
So you're a gardener.
You could say that. Needing advice on something to prune.
Well, I just, we're surrounded with roots here, and
Whole wood. All of them.
this can't be natural, can it?
I'm afraid for here, this is very natural.
Okay, but in the grandest scheme of things, right? It's not just a plant, is it?
No, Kit. Generally, roots don't work like mycelia and try to swallow you into the earth.
Right. So what is it, if you don't mind me asking?
Coalwood roots.
But where does it come from? Like, are we dealing with like
You saw the trees, didn't you?
So why are they only here in Spillman? I've been around.
And we're still walking as I'm
Yeah.
asking all these questions.
Yeah.
I've been around in more ways than one, but I've been around.
I know.
And this is the only town where I've ever seen something like
Coalwood trees.
Coalwood trees, yeah. And at first I thought, okay, local
flora.
we love it.
Yeah.
But now, just given the current circumstances, I'm wondering, there's gotta be something beyond plants going on here.
I think they started off just as a normal tree. It's kind of just bad luck that the first one was planted where it was, that its roots went too far down, that they got into something they shouldn't have.
And what is this something?
I'm so sorry.
And she takes like one of her beautiful non-waterlogged hands and like almost goes to give you like a caress on your cheek.
Kit, dear, it's really best that you don't know.
And she keeps going.
Oh. I am standing in the middle of a hellhole full of roots that are moving of their own accord. You're being real weird. We're trying to find some magic ring. Listen, when I woke up this morning, I didn't think this was how my life was gonna go. So I'm sorry, but I do think it's best that I know.
Eloise, she's a couple steps in front of you. She turns and looks at you, and you see almost pity in her eyes.
Agree to disagree.
And she shrugs and keeps going.
Kit is unsettled.
I mean, I would say this is a fairly unsettling experience.
Yeah. I think Fritz, like, as we're going, is wondering how the fuck the miners haven't come into this tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
Suddenly that ring is making a lot more sense if it told him where to dig, and also where not to dig might be the other more important factor.
That's kind of like the not spoken thing. Hey, Officer Brennan, what's your vibe right now?
Unsettled, but we're gonna carry on. I don't know. O'Malley's learned you don't ask too many questions. So, does he like it? Is this cool? No. Is he doing anything about it? No. We'll just carry on.
Are we still finding pieces of clothing and jewelry and stuff?
Or is any of the jewelry getting, plot specific or important?
Any rings?
No, it's also very like loose fitting stuff. You haven't found fleshy bits or anything like that. So as you guys keep going, the roots are getting thicker. You're starting to see more and more holes in the ceiling, but they're getting smaller.
Do we have a sense of where we are, like topside geography of where we're at?
Good question.
It does sound like we've gone a long way.
You guys have definitely left the cemetery by now, and I don't know if your characters would necessarily know where you're heading based on like some of the twists and turns you've taken, but we know, the audience knows, that you are heading directly for the century tree. Again, you feel the air like whoosh past you, and then a couple seconds later, down the other way of the corridor.
Moth check.
Moth's blue. As the exhale happens, you hear the sound of like creaking, like branches in the wind, and you feel a rumble underneath your feet as the earth shifts around you. As you guys get to the,
stomach.
As you get to the century tree, the cavern suddenly opens up, and you see this, what looks like a tree, but upside down and hanging above you.
Oh.
The branches are so thick at the top, they look like a trunk, and they spread down and out, stabbing into the earth around them, tiny branches creeping off them and burying themselves into the dirt. And you see at the center of this circular cavern, encased in branches, a mountain of corpses. All of them stabbed through with roots coming in them, working through them, coming out at odd spaces and going back in. You can almost see them drinking it in.
Oh my god.
Rutabaga, this is as far as I'm going.
What the hell is this?
A nightmare. It's feeding on the corpses. It's eating your dead.
Why?
It's hungry. It's ravenous, and it will never stop. And here I thought this wasn't my year.
Oh, shit! The witching year. She should have done a rich.
Does anybody know what George looked like?
Within the pile, halfway up the mound, you see what was likely at one point a very dapper-looking person. They are now but a wooden skeleton, and they have their hand held out on the pile in front of them, and you see a glowing red ring on their finger.
Yoink.
You gonna run in and get it?
Yeah. Came here all this way for this ring. I'm not going to not get the ring.
Perfect. Officer O'Malley, make me a pull.
Happily.
Thank you for entering my room.
Jacob.
Marissa.
I want you to succeed.
Oh, good pull. Jacob running towards the tree yet again.
Yeah.
We love it.
We love it.
Could I stab something? I do have knives if, the ring is difficult.
Oh my god.
Do you have knives?
I do have knives.
Okay, you might need that because as you start walking into the room, you feel the earth around you rumble and roots start to shoot up out of the ground around you.
Oh, no.
And they start to try and trip you up, and you're able to get to the body, but as you touch it, a root sprouts out of the hand and starts to try and wrap around your arm.
I grab the ring and pull my arm very far away and run away.
You grab the ring, it's caught on George's knuckle.
I reach for one of my great knives and will just chop that finger right off.
Make me a pull. Roots are enclosing around you, and they're trying to pierce your skin.
No, this is terrible.
The roots are wrapping around you. They're looking for holes in your uniform.
Oh my god.
They're wrapping closer and closer around you. They're looking for holes, any kind of spare patch of skin on you. You manage to cut off George's ring finger and grab it and the ring and pull yourself away.
Oh god.
Officer, go long! And Kit raises her hands.
I continue to run.
Trying to help here. Are we not still doing a heist?
I thought so. I don't know anymore.
We just don't trust each other that much.
Why? Why don't you trust me? In story, why don't you trust Kit?
Because you wouldn't tell me where the body was, and
Because you potentially had the rod.
it's just something somebody who would really want to steal from me would say.
I'm trying to protect our heist every step of the way, and you won't trust me.
Yeah, you're
You know
being
what?
really sus about it.
All right, fine. Kit sees this, and she just stands there then and watches you try and get your way out of the roots.
Can I help? Can I do something to help? I gotta. Mom and Dad, don't fight. How do I? Now, I am distressingly agile. Can I try to distract the roots by running forward and running back and kicking one?
Watch him zig. Watch him zag.
I want to zig. I want to zag. I want to distract the roots. Hey, I'm full of delicious meat and blood juices. Come get a piece of me, and not the guy with the ring.
You are full of those things. Okay. Yeah, Fritz. If you're willing to make a pull, Officer O'Malley will not have to make a pull to get back.
I accept these terms.
No. That's not for you to accept.
Yeah. Here I go.
Okay.
I am great at this. I am.
I believe
it's
in
just
you, Fritz.
doing
I've never believed in
the
anyone more.
Charleston. We're fine.
Oh, good work. Thank you for this gift.
So, Fritz, you bob and weave, and as roots are shooting up around you, trying to wrap around your legs, but you are too nimble for any of them to gain enough purchase to hold you down. And Officer O'Malley, you are able to make it back to Eloise and Kit. Fritz, you are shortly behind.
Is this enough proof for you? Are we good? Can we leave, please?
Yeah, how do we get out?
As you guys speak to Eloise, you see that she has this far-off look in her eyes. She's looking at the corpse pile, looking at the roots, drinking, eating these bodies, and she is terrified. She looks like someone who has been grossly outplayed and outmaneuvered. She is shell-shocked, staring at this horrific scene before you, and says,
Same way we came.
Kit hightails it back.
Yes, run.
I'm gonna need a pull from everyone. The roots are trying to trip you.
Fuck. Okay.
I will do that.
Okay. Who wants to go first?
It's a me.
You can always refuse.
Oh
the
my
pull.
god. Oh my god. Okay.
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 All right, I'm pulling.
All right.
Catherine Margaret Coyle.
Catherine Margaret
You
Coyle,
must
Kit.
live
My heart is stopping.
Yeah, okay.
Coyle.
Oh no!
So if I refuse, I become root food. I don't want to do that. All right. Here
Are you sure you don't want to fall? You don't want to break a bone?
No.
This is another fucking deep sea staring right at me.
I have a question, and I should have asked this way sooner because I had this thought way sooner.
Oh no.
Did we bring our shovels with us?
Christine, I think a half hour ago I would have said sure, but at this point, no.
Fuck.
I also had that thought, but felt it was far too late.
O'Malley has the ring still, right?
I do have the ring.
Okay.
I also have knives, which I feel like I can distribute. I will keep for myself the steak knife.
The snake knife?
Yes. Remember earlier when I stole the full place setting
Yes.
of
From
knives
Constance.
from some lovely old rich people?
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
I did not. So I have a steak knife. I will give to Fritz like the buttered knife, and then Kit Coyle can have like. Is there like a dessert knife? Or
Like-
my point is, I have the biggest knife. Whatever two other knives there are, I just hand backwards, and whoever is behind me can take whichever one they would like and pass whichever other one back farther.
Shiv quotient achieved. It is dread and breakfast.
Wait, O'Malley, you have a gun. Can you shoot the root?
What?
No, 100%. No, O'Malley, fire your gun in this enclosed
In a
tunnel.
small enclosed space.
Oh, yeah, don't do that.
Yes.
Don't do that. Don't
no,
do that.
please,
Never mind, never
please,
mind,
O'Malley,
never
fire
mind.
your gun.
I was going to save that for later, maybe.
Oh.
I don't know what it would be. It just seems like something worth waiting for.
Okay, so we all have knives. We are running.
Does Eloise run with us?
Yeah, you look back at Eloise, and she does not look well. She is frantically moving with you, but her eyes are darting this way and that. She still looks terrified and panicked.
Yeah, okay, we're going.
You're going. As you guys are running, you feel the air again whoosh past you on the inhale and blow back on the X. And it is like pushing you back towards the pile. And the ground beneath your feet begins to shake and shudder. You hear cracks and groans as the earth around you moves. I need whoever's leading to make me a pull.
Is that still Fritz?
And I'm pretty sure
I
it was
thought it
O'Malley
was
because
Brennan.
Oh, 'cause
he
you
had
had
a
the-
knife and
yeah.
passed the two back to us.
Sure.
Oh, sorry, buddy.
Take my kind words and throw them at me.
I'm just sticking with what we've established here.
Jacob, you've made worse pulls than this. Like all of
The
Deep
problem
Sea.
is, if you don't succeed... Got him.
Oh, no.
I was really looking forward to seeing if she was going to have money.
Oh, fuck. Fuck, and he has the fucking finger. God damn it.
But I gave you a knife at least. If you would like to loot my corpse, I certainly have several more spoons and forks and some cherries
And a gun.
and a gun.
Don't forget about the quarters and nickels. Hi, dear listener. Thanks for bearing with us now. We've reset the tower and made a bunch of pulls. It's already pretty spicy, and I love that. Jacob. Officer Brennan. How do you feel in this exact moment?
Doomed?
Perfect. You know your lines. This is great. As the exhale pushes you back, it catches you just enough off guard, this like forceful gust of air, and it causes you to trip and you stumble forward. But then you catch yourself. You right yourself. You're fine. You're stopped for just a moment. You look up at Kit, up at Fritz. You see Eloise behind them. and then a shooting pain comes through your stomach as a root sprouts out, and it blooms into a net of tinier roots that all turn back in and sink into you.
And then the root in the thickest part, which I can see, feels a shooting pain shoot through it as a bullet from my gun.
Whoa, yeah!
You fire your gun?
Of course.
Perfect. Fritz, Kit, I need you both to make me a pull.
Oh, what?
Jacob has just shot a very loud concussive blast in a small enclosed space.
Fair.
Gun safety is very important, folks.
I can't say that
Gun safety is very important. Guys, don't do this. Also, wear ear protection, and even more so, don't have a gun.
Shit. Damn.
Don't make me go to the grave alone.
How dare you?
Officer Brennan, you fire and you shoot and you shoot. You unload your clip into this branch, and it breaks off, and you're able to stumble forward
Oh my god!
with a 5-foot piece of root sticking out of you.
Oh.
But you this is the fucked up part. You feel your heartbeat, and then you feel another heartbeat, irregular and not in time with your own, and you see the root at its point where it broke start to grow again and shoot into the ground and pull you with it.
Oh no.
Officer, go long.
Sure, she can have it, I guess.
Kit,
I catch the ring.
That feels like it would take a pull, because you're not distressingly agile.
Jacob, whose side are you on here?
The not going to the grave alone side now.
don't worry. Don't be too mad at Jacob. I was going to ask you...
Oh, I'm pulling.
Okay. Ooh.
Kit.
Oh, Kit,
my
that's
God.
delightful. That is absolutely delicious.
Join me.
I made a successful pull, you fucker. Barely.
Kit, you snatch the severed finger out of the air, ring and all, and
Something we've been very nonchalant about, by the way. Just this loose finger.
it is completely emaciated and withered down to the bone, and you see that the bone itself has tiny little roots branching through it.
I pull that ring off of the finger and throw the finger back towards the center room.
Okay. It flies away to join the rest of its friends. As it disappears from sight, you hear the rumble of the earth around you, and roots big as tree trunks start to shoot into the tunnel that you're in, blocking your way. More are coming up from behind. The tunnel itself is getting hotter. You all smell smoke, though there is no fire. It's as though the earth itself around you is burning. Smaller roots are branching out from the larger ones. They are all coming for you. They are all trying to trap you in this place, to push you back, to drink your life. Officer O'Malley, you get up, you move, you see the roots caging you in. You see your compatriots too far to reach you. You stumble, you fall to your knees. You feel depleted. You feel empty. You cannot go further.
Oh no.
Officer Brennan, what do you do in your last 10 seconds of life?
I'm gonna look at Eloise and be like, "You got a potion for this?"
Brennan, she steps up to you. You see an idea flicker behind her eyes, and you see her make a choice. Her jawline sets. You see her back muscles tighten. She is steadying herself for what she has to do next. She kneels down next to you, and she says,
Officer, this is gonna hurt, but you can serve the town one last time.
and she snaps off the top of the root that has impaled you, and she starts etching into your wrist. And as she carves, she says,
Cast among and in one tongue the ritual shall bring, an opening, a siphoning as power starts to sing. A door unlocked, a might unblocked, would threaten total flood, balanced now with sacrifice edified in blood. Let the flowers be forgotten, buds to ashes, dust to dust. Endless force beneath the earth we bind in common trust.
And Brennan, as she finishes her chant, the life force is pulled out of you. Normally, the ritual takes but a little. That's all it needs. But you are very clearly not making it out of here. The roots take it all. You feel your life leave you. The last thing you see is Eloise staring at you with pity in her eyes. Fritz. Kit, the world around you starts to shake. Dirt falls from the ceiling. We see her take the root with your fresh blood on it and stab it into the earth. Roots sprout out from it, spreading into the earth and link up with the other roots. A nexus of light builds around over it. From this central focal point of this root dripping with O'Malley's blood, a force pushes this light in through the root, into the others, into the earth as it spreads out around you. A force pushes out from this space. You all are in the eye of a storm that is raging through this tunnel. As this force goes out, we see it travel through the roots, going back into the cavern, back in through the body pile, and up through the earth, up into the century tree above, and then comes slamming down, being amplified, being invigorated by this sacrifice, this ritual, by the well of blood below the century tree as it spreads back out into the roots, into the earth, going further and further away. We see cracks in the roots that had begun to bleed smoke into this space, and the smoke dries up and stops as though someone has turned the gasket off. You feel the heat in this place build up for a moment and then dissipate as this force pushes back, deeper into the earth, back through all of these roots, and the ones before you in this passage wither and die. You hear the sounds of others receding, and the sound they make moving through the earth is almost that of a wail or scream, echoing from far away through miles and miles of tunnels from a place deeper below the earth. You almost hear the sound of a door slamming shut. And after a few moments of violent shaking, the ground is still. The roots, while still around you, lay still, silent, as roots should. Kit, are you still running?
I mean, obviously with everything that just happened, like I think at some point she like tripped and fell and was watching it dumbfounded from the ground. Things don't seem to be as dire, although she would like to get out from underneath the ground.
Yeah.
She looks around and she looks back towards the way to get out, and I think notices that like in that process the flowers that she dropped have wilted,
Withered.
and looks back to Eloise and Fritz. We need to go.
Eloise looks back at you both, looks down at the emaciated Brennan O'Malley.
I think I've seen enough for today. Do me a favor. Don't let them bury their dead anymore.
And she turns, and as she turns, she vanishes.
Did she just leave us in here? Did she just leave us in here?
God damn it.
I think she and O'Malley just saved our lives.
Fritz, we're still 6 feet underground.
Should... And he kind of, like, looks back, like...
Should we really just leave him like this?
Oh, is his body still there?
Yeah. There is no liquid left in it. So you could say it's lighter.
Oh, God.
80-something% lighter, I believe.
Yeah. I'll say this. You both were promised a boon. You probably got that already. But as one parting gift, you both go to Brennan. You know, you want to cover him up and wrap him up in something. And just as you have that thought, you see next to him, kind of bundled up and folded in a way that shouldn't be possible, a pile of spider webs.
Oh.
You want to take the webs for something else, don't you?
I do
Don't you?
kind of want a web tincture, actually. So now I have a choice, Bob.
You know what Brennan would do.
Take them?
Just because it's wrapped around Brennan doesn't mean you can't then use them for tincture.
I wouldn't put that in drinks. No, thank you.
We have standards.
The alcohol kills all the dead guy that was on it before.
Can Fritz use, like, half of the spider webs to just kind of cover it as a sign of respect?
Oh, like a shroud?
Yeah.
Sure.
It's not, like, a formal burial, but it is some sort of deference to the sacrifice that was made, and then take the other half for later.
For himself?
Yeah.
Perfect. You're able to cover most of the body. Yeah.
I think we leave it at that.
Okay. You guys both return. You crawl, scrape your way back up out of the earth, following the smell of damp soil and fresh rain until you climb out into a coffin. You're both standing above the grave of George Spillman.
And now, also Brennan O'Malley.
Oh, no.
Aww. Bummer.
I'm gonna fill this in. Nobody needs to see this.
Yeah.
I'll meet you and Colin back at the speakeasy. If you want to, at some point convince Holbrook to drastically change the way we do things around here. Or Father Patrick, or whoever's in charge.
Steve the shovel guy, surely.
Yes.
Shoveling Sam.
Shoveling Sam, yeah. Sorry, you're unemployed now?
Yeah, sorry.
Don't ask questions.
Well, we still need to dig so that we can bury the crow eggs. So,
No, is that where the crow eggs have been going?
Almost.
Oh,
certainly.
yeah, 100%. 100% the crow eggs have been going here.
That's what those smaller holes were.
That's why they're never all recovered, and yes, also what the smaller holes were. Thank you, Jacob, for realizing my
Get the
thing.
fuck out of here.
Thank you, Jacob.
Fuck you.
Thank you. I set it up.
All right.
Also, you're all wrong. That is not who's in charge. Clearly, Chauncey Chauncington is the one calling.
Sorry.
He pops up next to you both. I'm the one pulling the whole strings behind this operation. He doesn't.
hey, Chaunce,
Oh, sure. Actually, Chauncey is here now.
let's take a walk. And I think Kit, she looks back to Fritz. You sure you got this handled?
Yeah, I could use some time to just sort of...
Okay.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I'll meet you back at the speakeasy.
Yep.
And he'll just, like, manual labor, just very, like, robotic
Sha.
processing.
That's fair. You get about halfway done when you hear the sound of the crow horn. Jacob.
Caw.
Thank you. The crow train has reached the station. You know that the scarecrows will be judged. I think, unless anyone has a scene that they'd like to propose.
I do.
Ooh.
Okay. Christine.
So, Kit and Chauncey walk off together.
So where is Mr. Officer Brennan O'Malley?
He is fulfilling his duty to the town.
Oh.
Now, Chauncey, I've got something to propose to you.
Ah, a secret operation.
Yes, exactly.
And I think we thwack forward, if I may.
Oh, no.
Tell me, pitch the idea. Pitch the thought.
All right. So we thwack forward. We're back in the speakeasy. Colin is there. Fritz is there, having taken some time to process through manual labor and now through having a drink.
Bold of you to assume one drink.
Yeah, Fritz is fully like shoving spider webs into a new sugar syrup thing, just like stacking it.
The thing is, though, that Kit is not there.
God damn it.
You hear a knock at the door of a very small boy.
To the mine or to the secret
To
entrance?
the door of the speakeasy.
I think you have like a push pedal at the bottom that you can open the door from this side also.
Yeah.
Because how else would people normally get out?
See, the thing is, Marissa has an idea of what's about to happen and is really mad about it, but Fritz doesn't, so he would open it. Yeah.
You see Chauncey Chauncington? Ah, yes. Entering from the improper way for the first time.
And this is where I would like to use my inspiration.
You motherfucker.
Ooh, okay.
And Fabrice, I'm going to send you a line that I would like Chauncey to say.
What the fuck?
I think that's a very appropriate use of inspiration. Speak through God's mouth. I like that as a use of inspiration. Are you sending me this via text or Discord?
Via Discord.
Perfect. I'm there now. Chauncey tumbles down the steps, picks up the welcome shot, which still was made for him, sniffs it and says, "Gross," and pours it out.
Do you know what I went through to make that newest batch?
Oh.
Absolutely not, citizen. I'm straight-laced. And then he bounds over to you and holds out the ring. Citizen, I believe that this is the object of your desire.
Fritz, had been polishing a glass, goes pale and drops it.
Where the fuck did you get that? Where's Kit?
So for this next part, you see Chauncey hold up his hand as though he's reading something off of it, and he's squinting at it, and he's saying, "I bring you a message from an incredibly beautiful and cunning woman." Pause here to be dramatic. Assume the camouflage maneuver. And then he takes a glass bottle that is filled with water, smashes it on the floor.
And Fritz, you would know that this means the cops are coming.
Oh. God damn it.
While this is happening across town, a young lady whispers a location into the ear of a very loud and obnoxious mayor, kisses him on the cheek, and then boards a train on its way to Myrtle Beach. Fare paid in full.
So, Christine, did you tell him the correct location?
I did, but you see, I have used my inspiration to send Chauncey ahead so that we can complete the heist. I will take my money via wire, thank you. And also warn Fritz that he is potentially about to be raided, but he knows the camouflage maneuver, and so Kit gets the best of both worlds.
That fucking doll fucking sap. Mr. Spillman,
come on. And Fritz, exasperated, he's like grumbling to himself, like, I fucking hate having to do this. He shoves aside a bunch of glasses and bar shit, like off the counter, and he opens a secret panel in the top of the bar to reveal an old brass lever. And so you know how we said earlier that all of the alcohols were belted down? That's going to be super important now, because as Fritz pulls the lever, there's a whir of machinery and gears, and then the bar and all of the tables and all of the shelves flip and turn upside down.
Turn. Yeah, all of the shelves turn over.
Yeah.
And they no longer display liquor
It's just
in
a storage room for shaving supplies.
Yeah, it's just a storage room.
Yeah. And so, like, everything, all the moths, like, fall and shatter, and there's just moths flying everywhere that will eventually find their way out. Fucking Fritz does pack up before the tables turn his favorite batch of gin. It's a great botanical blend, and the newest batch of tincture. And then he'll, like, open the door to the mine. All right, let's scram. After you, Mr. Spillman.
Colin kind of like grumbles and's like, what the fuck is going on? And jumps into the mine. And then Chauncey walks up to you and in like the blue-green glow of the moths says, just another day here in Spillman, citizen. He salutes and jumps in.
I gotta get out of this joint.
Slam.
Yay!
Christ.
This episode is brought to you by, but not sponsored by, the limited edition Goldfish Old Bay seasoned crackers. They're delicious. Pepperidge Farm, if you give me money, I will talk about these so much more.
Money, please.
Money, please.
We will accept payment in Old Bay goldfish.
And US dollars.
Hiya, Toots. Thanks for listening to Dread and Breakfast. I wish that I could stay and show you just how grateful I am, but I got a train I gotta catch.
Our witch, Eloise, is voiced by Mallory Swisher Kroll, and I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this is the coolest version of Eloise we've seen so far. What a delight it is to bring her to life with Mallory. Thank you so much, Mallory. Our theme song is composed by Morgan Thomas Mills and samples music courtesy of the American Folklife Center, Library of Congress. We'd also like to thank Jacob Smith for composing an original song for the season that we featured in this episode. You can find links to all of Jacob's creative projects in the episode notes. A full list of sound credits and content warnings are also linked in those there notes, along with a bunch of fun other stuff. Did you find the secret hidden in the notes yet? I'm telling you, there is a secret. Go find it and you will be delighted. Do you like our show? Of course you do. Why else would you be listening to it? Unless you're one of those people who does things that they don't like on purpose because they like it, but then maybe that means that you would like our show because of how much you don't like it. I don't know. Anyway, you should tell a friend about our show. That is the best way to help support us, is to give a good old recommendation. Another thing you can do is go onto whatever podcast app you use to listen and give us a 5-star rating, a thumbs up, a positive glowing review. Let potential listeners know what unhinged part of our universe is the one that has grasped your heart and kept it beating all this time. Next week is our breakfast episode, where we will talk about all the behind the scenes, the what ifs, and of course, there will be bits galore. And you don't even have to ride a train to get there. We will deliver it directly to you. See you then.